Good morning and welcome. I'm here with Sophia and Mark, and we're going to hopefully be able to tell you a little bit about what EverSmart City is. So, that would be our very first question here. What is EverSmart City?
So EverSmart City is a breakthrough real estate development that at the heart, it provides affordable housing, and it does it in the form of smart communities that are built out of shipping containers, powered by renewable energy, with sustainable agriculture, and fully integrated with blockchain technology. Mark,
That
you want
sounds
to add?
pretty fantastic.
That's it. In the community's focus, built off of small business owners and entrepreneurs to provide housing and business space for them.
Excellent. So, what makes the smart city smart? What is it, any one particular thing or just a bunch of all of the things you mentioned?
So it's a combination of many things. A lot of it is our different integrations with blockchain from our supply chain and our agriculture through the commerce, through the businesses in the community, through the energy that we collect from the sun through our solar and store in batteries and then use in people's homes. All that data is going to be recorded on a blockchain. Um, and then as well as our tokenomic model for um, our coin usage and all of the incentivization programs for the residents, ways that they can earn and stake tokens for different activities in the community, whether it's volunteering in the community garden, whether it's helping. We have a learning center where they can teach or learn how to do more hands-on and almost like a trade school, more hands-on skilled learning. So people can go that live there in the community, go out there and teach, or almost apprentice or have interns as well as businesses for hands-on learning. There's different ways that they can earn rewards in the community. We're working with Arizona State University's sustainability department, Green Light Solutions, and they one of the semesters the students helped create different reward programs for residents to be able to earn tokens or coins or NFTs that they can stake to earn passively. Um, Other smart technologies, some of our smart home technology from security inside the home, as well as being able to control different utilities in your home through light, heat, um, with an app, and then all like the newest and latest greatest other smart home technology on the market from like Alexa, Siri, different things like that. Um, and then continuing to integrate from here on out as new technology rolls out, always implementing and using some of the latest and greatest technology.
That sounds fantastic. So you mentioned that it would be constructed out of shipping containers. Is every home going to be like a single shipping container? Will it be modular, or how does that all work?
So 100% modular. If you guys can see kind of our designs in the back, we're going to have it so these homes are going to be multi-story, where the first floor is going to be a business, second story or third story is going to be their residence, depending on the size. So we have sizes from a studio, which is like one single 20-foot container, all the way up to a four-bedroom home, which is as wide as three containers wide, two high. Um, and if people wanted to, they could always start with a small one and then eventually grow and let it build. And we just add other modulars on top of it. And as well, we're doing it in container format modular so that they can be interchanged and moved. Being once we have this community here in Phoenix, we'll have nine other communities in the next 5 years across the U.S. and then we go global. They'll be able to, move their home and their business to other communities, as a shipping container on a truck, boat, train, crane, um, across any one of the communities or to their own land or somewhere else if they wanted to. So that's another reason why we're using the shipping containers for the durability, um, for the longevity of transport. If they want to move this home, 10 times over the course of the next 80 years, they could.
That's pretty fantastic, actually. Um, how big will the community be? Like, what size of land are we thinking of here?
So this community here in Phoenix is our model is based off of the 300 homes at approximately 40 to 60 acres, depending on what's available. But essentially, 40 acres is the minimum for
Okay.
our 300 home community. This will be pretty much our standard model development for our U.S. projects as we go into other, South America, South Africa, East Asia. Those developments could be bigger. Um,
Okay.
There'll be more standalone, less in the city where we kind of bring all the utilities. Right now, here in the U.S., we're going to be partnering with. We're not going to be off grid. Whereas when we go a place in South America, South Africa, we might be. We'll be able to be. But as we stay here in America, we'll still be connected with the grid. So a lot of the size is based off of like the buyback programs with the utility companies and what type of tax credits we can get for some of our renewables. So that all that will kind of play an impact in the size. But our kind of base model is that 40 acre, 300 home.
Okay. And just to put that in perspective here, that's pretty close to the size of 9 football fields.
That's right.
So if anybody's having trouble visualizing that, 9 football fields big. So
Mhm.
that's pretty. Seems like a pretty intimate community size. And you mentioned there'd be a community garden. What other types of like community space, I guess, would there be?
Actually, so there'll be a workspace, like a share space where kind of like I mentioned in the trade school,
Yep.
where people can go and use, welders, 3D printers, different things where they can come and use the workspace to build and craft stuff. We'll have a shared like office building space where people can go and use office space for meetings. We'll have an event center. They'll have, we can host large events, even like stadium concert type of events as well. There'll also
Okay.
be the learning center for the school, and then there'll obviously be a fitness center, uh, pool in this community here in Phoenix. We have plan designed to have a lazy river to be kind of like a tour throughout the community that people can go through and enjoy the hot weather here in Arizona.
Yep.
Um, and then what else will there be? Food court. I forgot the food court. We'll have in this community. We'll have 25 food vendors, and the food court will be in the center. Um, and then the greenhouse, the garden, which is a 3-story, 20,000 square foot building. Well, that will have 3 stories of all of our greenhouse and our farming and our farmers market.
I like that. That all sounds really good. And now I have another question that's probably a little bit cultural. I'm from Canada, and when I was down south a couple of years ago, I noticed there were a lot of gated communities. Just out of pure curiosity, is the plan for this to be a gated or an ungated community, or has that even been come up yet?
Yeah, there will be a gate around the perimeter of the entire development. There'll be an entrance, right? That
Okay.
entrance will only allow you access for the public. It will only allow them access to the parking lot. And then from
Yeah.
the parking lot, there'll be a main entrance into the community. Now, the residents, they'll have a separate entrance where they can access, their homes.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, I was just curious about that. Um, it's so EverSmart City is going to be a tokenized community, and you talked a little bit about that. Um, what kind of an impact do you think it will make to have being green and being sustainable tokenized as an incentive?
Well, one of the main things is that our tokenization model doesn't just depend on uses on users or even just our developments like our communities in general because we can partner with existing real estate developments whether it's warehouses, apartment complexes, hotels, casinos, factories, and we can still green them, meaning provide the electricity utility and then smart them in as in rolling them into our token model. And those are developments
That's pretty
outside
cool.
of just the communities that we build. So now we can now create partnerships with endless amounts of other developments, buildings, and roll them into the tokenization model. And then, so we have a resident NFT for people who live in the community and own homes, which are technically businesses, right? So for businesses in the community, they earn NFTs from being there, as will our partners. So it's not just you kind of ask that question. It's more than just inside the community itself. It's not like an enclosed circle economy. It's everybody. Everybody can be involved even outside of just the development. There's a reason for people to participate.
I like that quite a bit. So why would you say that having a tokenized smart community is more next level than an average smart community?
Yeah, let me break down and go back to the first question that you just asked. So we work with a lot of different, this project is all about collaboration. We work with a lot of nonprofits and for-profits, and we work heavily with Arizona State University's School of Global Sustainability, and one of their nonprofits that works with that division is called Greenlight. And we have well over probably 50 interns at this point that have worked on our project through the last year and a half, creating workshopping and incentivizing residents for positive behaviors. They also pulled a sample of a few thousand of Arizona residents, and every resident that purchases a home in EverSmart City will be gifted a special resident NFT that'll have the highest mining power, and they'll be able to earn additional NFTs based on positive behaviors. Now, why tokenization is better than non is using tokenization with the spirit of blockchain breaks down borders, and it prepares our operations for going global. So this is just our pilot program, our pilot development that we're doing in the Phoenix metro area in Arizona. We're going nationwide and we're going global almost simultaneously. So it'll be the same economic network regardless of which EverSmart City development that you live in. And by having a tokenized foundation economy, it allows us to partner with other existing developments, be them apartment complexes, stadiums, hospitals, anything like that, and we can bring them into the fold. As we work with these other developments, our economy grows, one benefits and becomes empowered. So this economy, the tokenization, it allows us to spread our mission much faster and where. A portion of our mission is the fostering of growth and awareness of alternative energy usage and the lower carbon footprint while providing affordable housing. And so this is how we are showing the world that it's far more lucrative to build in this manner, and that it directly results in the stewardship of the world and of each other.
I like that. So you mentioned affordable housing. So that means that I'm not off the investor list just by being an average person.
Absolutely. You're actually,
Makes me happy.
That I would say that's almost one of the target audiences.
I like that a lot.
Specifically for that group.
I really like that a lot. So many of the green projects that are out there are just completely out of financial reach. So that's exciting. So that does tie into the next question here. Who is the target investor? Who are you looking for? Who should invest in EverSmart?
Everybody, honestly. The way
our target investor, is accredited investors. Right at this moment, we're going to be opening up our funding portal. And so right now there is a hot list. If you go to our website at eversmart.city, you'll see on the top right, you'll see all kinds of information. We've even got a doodle about our story. And then you'll see where you can go in if you're an accredited investor and get on what's called our hot sheet. So you'll have a first look at once we open up the funding portal, and you'll be able to get yourself vetted, go through all of the financial documents and information you would if you were investing in anything. Look at the operating agreement, the PPM, all of that fun stuff. And you'll have 48 hours before we open it up to the public, because we are doing it through a bonding curve. And you also, and so you'll also get information pushed out to you. You'll have your own dashboard. In addition to that, to people that are unaccredited, the way that we are allowing them to participate, because we do want collaboration, is we're doing that through an NFT drop and the Founders Key drop, which is coming up on March 11th. There'll be two drops. One is a common drop for $97, and it has mining power with it. The VIP level is going for 1,000, and that one has a lot of bells and whistles. You have much more mining power. You also have a DAO-like quality where we will be reaching out to you at certain times with the project, and you will have voting rights. So it allows us to get instant feedback and really have the public participate in this way that in this manner of building where it's going to be going out to the future. In addition to that, you'll have VIP access. We work with our tech division, EverSmart Labs, in conjunction with one of our other joint ventures, SMI, Smart Moose. We mint for some of the largest brands and icons. And there will be so many events happening virtually, as well as in the meta, as well as in real life at our places and wherever. And the holders of those NFTs will have access to all of those events, both locally, globally, and online.
I like that a lot. And I guess we've kind of answered why I should invest in EverSmart City. It's going to be amazing. I can tell that. Let's say that I'm dealing with somebody who is not me. So I'm going to use my dad as an example. He wouldn't normally go for something like this. He's very less green. Let's put it that way. How would I convince somebody for who sustainability is not a priority? How would I convince them to invest? What's in it for them?
Yeah, so I believe that the green movement has only gotten as far as it's gotten because people have been going and making other people wrong. So you walk up to an oil company executive CEO and you tell them, hey, what you're doing is destroying the planet. You've got to stop it. So as a CEO, we have a fiduciary responsibility to our shareholders and to our board. So you're then putting them in a position that they can't do anything, because if they were to stop doing what makes their company money, they would go to jail. That's actually really negligent. However, if I walk up to that same CEO of an oil company and I said, hey, what if I show you a much more lucrative way to go about what you're doing? I can green and smart your operations to help offset what you're doing. And maybe we can even take a look at fully transitioning you into renewables, any kind of conversation like that. And here's the kicker. I'm going to show you how to make 3 times more than what you're making right now. Do you think I'm going to get that meeting? Absolutely. And that's
Likely, yes.
that's how we go about it. So you could keep doing what you're doing and making the money that you're making and all the different investments you're making, or you could go in something that's far more lucrative. We don't have to lead with the green movement because it directly results in that.
I like that. That's a very sound approach. And so what about the, I guess, economy part of things, going back to the tokenized economy? A year from now, when the excitement wears off a little bit, it probably won't wear off very much, honestly. How does that keep going? What's the sustainable aspect of that?
Continuing to build more communities,
Yep.
one, and more partnerships with existing developments.
Okay.
Greening and smarting them, meaning wrapping them into our token economy as well, and for providing them utility.
I like that. Excellent.
Essentially, what we're doing is decentralizing energy in the long term. We're taking this energy and then tokenizing it. We might not be able to spread exactly the electricity borderlessly, I mean, like without borders across the world, but we can spread the value of it
I like that.
in terms of money.
Yeah. Is EverSmart City going to be connected to the main power grid, or will it be completely self-sufficient?
It will be completely self-sufficient, and it will be connected to the power grid. The power grid will
Okay.
be more as a backup generator.
Got it. Okay. And yeah, that's interesting too. I like that.
And that's when we're national in the United States.
Yeah.
When we are global, we bring the party. So we are completely 100% self-sufficient when we go abroad.
I like that. That's going to be so much fun. Probably time for one last word here. So if there's somebody who has listened to all this and is still somehow on the fence, what's that one last thing you would tell them to just walk away and think about?
I would go back to our main mission is to provide affordable housing, not just for people for housing, but for small businesses, entrepreneurs who want to live their passion or their purpose instead of just a paychecker. Is to provide an opportunity for those people to not only just own a home, but or lease a commercial space, but own their own commercial space and create an environment and an economy for those people to live in their purpose or their passion. That's really what our goal is, to uplift those people into their purpose instead of having them, live paycheck to paycheck just to survive.
I love it. All right. Well, I'm definitely going to go check out the website. We also have follow us on Twitter here, EverSmart Twitty or EverSmart City Twitty.
I love that. Making up new words.
Yep, definitely. And also on the Discord here. So join the Discord, join the conversation, ask some questions, and we will be back with more information. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.
Bye, guys.